With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Retro Kart League fires things off for the final time here in season number 1. It's the West Coast Swing. We're going to round out season number 1 right here at Laguna, Seca. That's right, WeatherTech Raceway. hosting tonight's championship event, the California Grand Prix, ready to fire off here in just a short few moments. Under 5 minutes of qualifying remaining to see who will roll off the starting grid with the Ice Splash. Pole position, want to give a big shout out to Ice Splash coming on board here with the Retro Kart League towards the end of this season. It will be along for the ride. Next season, we're going to take ourselves a 2-week break, and then we will fire things up here in season number 2 with the Retro Kart League right here each and every Friday night. But first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. And as the time begins to tick off on the stopwatch, we'll go ahead and get rid of that track information. Should have some grip out there. These open wheel Lotus 79 machines, track temperature just 77 degrees, but your qualifying order looks a little something like this. The man that needed to walk away with some points in qualifying, top of the speed charts right now. Quick time belongs to Johnny Hamby in his 15 machine, a 1:12.39. The quick time over 3/10 faster. Then Marcellus Bruning. Those two heavyweights going to be battling it out in a 35-lap championship event here tonight. Hamby still mathematically alive. He's got to get every point and have a clean sweep here tonight. We'll see if he can get the job done. But as the music slowly begins to fade away in the background, you can hear the track falling quiet as only Marcellus Bruning out there continue to try to improve his qualifying time. And as we mentioned, those championship standings, what do you say we go ahead and get rid of that qualifying time for just a moment and get to some official business in order as we head off into tonight's championship event, the California Grand Prix, right here with the Retro Kart League. Your championship standings coming to the end of season number 1. There you have it right there. Marcellus Bruning, 145 points. He's got a 22-point advantage over Johnny Hamby. Hamby with a colossal motive here tonight, and he's going to have one heck of a evening. He's going to have to sweep the points, in Marcellus Bruning, if he earns 1 point, the championship will go to Bruning by a tiebreaker with the more wins to his name. But Hamby has been on a roll, so it could get very, very close at the end of tonight's California Grand Prix. Another close battle right there between Christopher Hamlin, Michael Taylor, Bill Smitham. All can be decided. 3rd through 5th can all be decided and changed here tonight from Laguna, Seca. Austin Dabb's going to try to work his way closer to that top 5 position. Very quick number 2 out there tonight. So we'll see if he can't scratch and claw his way towards the top 5. And season number 1's championship standings, it's been 11 weeks of hardcore, fast-paced, open-wheel Lotus 79 machine action, and we're going to end it out right here at Laguna Seca. The California Grand Prix will crown a champion on the west side. Who's going to have the best ride? We're going to find out shortly. And as qualifying is coming to a close, nobody going to dethrone Johnny Hamby at the top of the speed charts. That 15 will take the Ice Splash, a pole award here tonight. So as qualifying comes to a close, we're going to step away and head trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the
And just like that, back the trackside, Jets have finished the flyover. Fans begin to file in to their seats, picking up their final bits of merchandise from the haulers, and we are ready for the drivers to hit the starting grid. So what do you say we go ahead and get a little bit closer to the action down there on the track in beautiful sunny California here tonight? Tell you what, let's go to the front of the field as everybody gets set to roll around the track and get ready to drop the hammer for the first time here tonight from WeatherTech Raceway. That's right, it's the California Grand Prix, and as those bells begin to ring in the background, you know the sounds, you know for the final time, it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup, starting inside row number 1, snatching the eye splash pole position tonight inside of the 15 machine, the Georgia native Johnny Hamby. Marcellus Bruning will line up just to his outside. Darrow Weininger right there inside row number 2 with Austin Dabbs. The 2 machine gonna look to have a good race here tonight. Christopher Hamlink and Bill Smitham make up row number 3, and back in row number 4 for the California Grand Prix, the 21 of Kim Quick, followed by the 37 of Chris Brown. Michael Melfitt Jr. and Joe Walker will round out your top 10 here tonight. Ray Zercut with Michael Bailey back in row number 6, and that's going to be your 12-car field for tonight's California Grand Prix. We've got 35 laps to run down. Who's going to walk away with a checkered flag, and who's going to walk away with the big boy hardware when it's all said and done? Can Bruning get the job done and walk away with the inaugural championship here in the Retro Kart League? We're ready to find out. 2.2 11 corner road course right here in Salinas, California. There you can see the drivers making their way down through the corkscrew section of the track. Our good buddy Travis Smith ready to duck that iRacing Porsche pace car out of the way, and we will get set to drop the green flag for the final time here in season number 1. There goes your pace car, and here we go around turn number 11. Wait for it as the music fades. The green light goes off and green flag flies for the first time here at Laguna Seca, up the hill and across turn number 1. Hamby out to a good lead already, but Marcellus Bruning well into the points standings right now. Sitting in that second position, Darren Weininger right there sitting in 4th. Austin Dabbs, Hamlink, Smitham, Quick, Brown, Milford Jr. all right where they qualified, still running 1st through 9th. Opening lap pretty tame for these drivers. Just Zercut and Bailey, as well as Joe Walker. Looks like those 3 drivers may have had some issues on the race start, not making their way to the starting grid. So 3 drivers' troubles before tonight's race, and it looks like we're seeing some shaking heads, and we're beginning to see items being removed from pit lane. So we may have 3 retirements before lap number 1 is even over. All 3 drivers failing get onto the racetrack. We'll have to wait to see if any of them can get out there and gain some points. But for now, everybody chasing after your eye splash pole sitter, Johnny Hamby's going to lead them back up the hill after crossing the stripe. Lap number 2 out of 35 goes on the board. Close little battle. Let's go back here with Austin Dabbs as he's trying to move in on Darren Weininger. Weininger running well in that Miller Genuine Draft. Number 42, Austin Dabbs trying to get there. A little bit of an off-track moment for Christopher Brown. Brown has some issues in the back, running in that 9th position, but runs off track. We'll take a look back here in just a few moments. Look at the battle beginning to unfold between Christopher Hamlink, Bill Smitham, Kim Quick, all going at it. And oh, trouble on the track. Kim Quick gonna spin it. Quick gonna be quick on the gas and quick to spin as well. He's gonna have a long way back through the sand, and those tires are gonna be really slippery. For about another lap or two, he's going to have to wear those things back in. Kim Quick going to give up not just one position, but a ton of time on the racetrack. There you can see now 22 seconds back behind your race leader, over 12 seconds back from Milford Jr., who's running in that 7th position, so big time trouble here for Quick. Meanwhile, back at the front, while things begin to unfold behind him, Johnny Hamby doing all he can to try to walk away with the race win and give himself a shot at the Season 1 championship. But his biggest problem, biggest issue right now for Hamby is the man sitting right behind him. Marcellus Bruning. He's been very consistent over the course of this entire season, and it has led to a 22-point advantage coming into tonight's final event. There's still a hope and a prayer. He's got to give everything he's got. He's got one last shot to get the job done here tonight. It's just going to be, I think it's going to be a very tough hurdle to overcome for Hamby. Bruning's going to have a world of trouble as your top two drivers separating themselves from the rest of the field over a 3-second gap. Back from second to third place runner inside of this 42 machine. We'll look at the Miller Genuine Draft number. Well, he's got the number 1 listed as the 42 over there on the left-hand side of our screen, but he's going to go over the hill and through turns 1 and 2. Tight little left hairpin right here, turn number 2. Going to come out down the short chute. A little bit of a bend back to the right for turn number 3. Now down through turn number 4. Going to make the little bit of a long chicane here. Back to turn number 5. Light braking zone as they head up the hill. We'll see him come around, take the short little left flick. That is turn number 6 and onto the top of the corkscrew. There you can see your top two making their way down through the corkscrew. Here comes that 42 machine. He's going to have a good exit here. Great launch there on the exit of the corkscrew, trying to set himself up with a good run through turns number 10. Whoa, up on the curb, off track. And there goes Darrell Winninger. He's going to give up a ton of time, and Austin Dabbs says, "Thank you, sir. I'll take that position, and I'll move myself right into a podium spot." Will Dabbs be able to capitalize and walk away in that Texaco Havoline Big K number 2? Five laps already in the bag, just about 30 left here tonight from Laguna Seca. You're watching the Retro Kart League Season number 1's championship finale. Marcellus Bruning came into tonight's race with a comfortable race lead, or points lead, I should say. He's got a comfortable race lead right now, sitting in that second position, a 6.7, might as well call it a 7-second advantage. Back to third position, so Bruning setting himself up to walk off into the sunset with a final podium here in season number 1. 11 weeks of racing, and it's all come down to this. Johnny Hamby showing the way up there in that top spot, half second in front of Marcellus Bruning sitting in second. Austin Dabbs back in third. Darrell Whitinger sits in fourth, and Christopher Hamlick rounds out your top 5. Tell you what, let's go on board here. Let's go on board with Austin Dabbs. Thank you, gentlemen, for getting us to that onboard camera shot right here. Very rustic, maybe is the word I'm looking for. Stripped down. Basically, void of technology. These 79 Lotus machines, all about mechanical aspects. You can see right there the analog gauges sitting in front of this very rudimentary open wheel steering wheel. A little bit of an off-track moment there. Got the right sides off into the grass. Gonna have to hug that inside curbing right here through turn number 10. Great entry and exit right there through turn number 10. Hot on the brakes, down into first gear. Oh, and he's gonna lock up the tires. Locks up the rear tires, and Austin Dabb's gonna go around, and he's gonna give up that third position. Darrell Weininger gonna capitalize and move his way back into a podium spot. But look at what that's done. That has brought Hamlin and Bill Smitham right into the midst of this battle. So it's gonna go from a fairly easy ride for Dabbs to defending for a spot inside of your top 5. And we are hearing reports from pit road. Looks like Michael Bailey, Joe Walker, and Ray Zerkut all out of tonight's race. Looks like we have some gearbox failures as well as an engine failure in that 27 paddock. So 2 drivers gonna exit for the same reason, and Zerkut gonna follow suit. They'll finish 10th, 11th, and 12th here tonight. 9 drivers remaining on the racetrack. 9 drivers remaining on the lead lap, but Christopher Brown losing a lot of time right now, over 1 minute back, and he is almost flirting with going 1 lap down. Christopher Brown has some issues. Let's go back. Let's check the replays. Let's see what went down with Brown. Oh, there it is. Catching it a little bit late. And Brown going to have, I believe that's going to be a self-spin. We'll take one more look at it here. And it looked like just back on the throttle a little bit too early. And the tail end of the car going to come around. Doesn't make any contact. So besides losing a ton of track time, the 37 going to fire things off, work his way back up through the gearbox, and hopefully pick up a spot or 2 by the end of tonight's race. Christopher Hamlin sitting right here in that 5th position. You're looking at the 3M Scotch Target, number 82 of Hamlin. Great run this season for Hamlin as well, sitting 3rd in the overall point standings. He's trying to secure that top 3 position, as Michael Taylor, Bill Smitham very close. Stefan Rossman right there in the point standings as well, but neither Taylor or Smitham in tonight's race. So Hamlin pretty much has an easy ride here to 3rd place. It's going to be hard pressed for Hamlin to try to make up that position for 2nd. So it looks like Christopher indeed has sewed up top 3 in season number 1's championship. So congratulations to that 82 driver and their entire crew. They have been on it all season long. Only a handful of races has he been outside of the top 5, and that's what it's all about. Consistency is king here in the Retro Kart League. Tell you what, let's jump back up front. Let's go back up front here. Watch your race leader, that familiar RCA red number 15 Hamby still has been unable to shake Bruning. Bruning has still stayed within that 1 second differential. Lap after lap, Hamby goes quicker than Bruning follows suit. Last time around, just 0.02 of a second faster was Bruning, but still faster still. Back across the line, lap number 10 now goes on the board. 26 laps of racing remaining here from Laguna Seca. You're watching the California Grand Prix right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. While you're here, while you're at it, thanks for joining us here tonight. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside, working lap number 10 on tonight's championship event. And if you haven't already, go ahead and join us in our push to 3,000 subscribers, but more importantly, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy what they provide with that thumbs up. Click subscribe and smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Johnny Hamby continuing to show the way, unable to shake Bruning. They've walked away from the rest of the field. Your top two with a 14, now 15-second advantage. They can be their own worst enemies. Who's going to have the smooth ride, and who is going to get it right on the pit strategy tonight from WeatherTech Raceway? Looks like the field beginning to spread themselves out just a little bit as we continue to watch the battle unfold here at the front of the field. Nobody able to shake each other. Bruning right where he qualified. Hamby as well. And you know, again, we've said it. He's got a max point here tonight. Hamby has got to grab every available bonus point here tonight. He's already got the one for the pole position. He needs the one for leading the most laps, and he is only about 8 laps away from being able to put that point in his back pocket as well. But 10 laps into tonight's race, and you can see a little bit of movement out of the tail end of that 15. Hamby a little bit loose on these exits. Over-rotating the tail end of the car, getting on the throttle a little bit too early, and that 15 starting to show a little bit of wear on the tires. Marcellus Bruning still hot on the trail, still right here, running right behind him. We'll take a look on board from the nose cam here of the 79 Lotus machine. That's right, Marcellus Bruning has pushed this Duracell Blonde Bullet machine all season long, sitting pretty. Coming into tonight's California Grand Prix, can Bruning seal the deal? Back up the hill as Bruning turns in the fastest lap of the race last time by 10 laps in, and he's going to turn the fastest lap of the race with a 1:12.78. So Bruning, he's not just wanting to play it easy here tonight. He's trying to prove a point, and he's trying to put a stamp on this season, separating himself in that winner column. 7 different winners here in season number 1 for the Retro Kart League, and seasoned veteran in the open wheel machines, Mark Bruning, 2 race wins to his name. The man in front of him, Johnny Hamby, 2 race wins on the season as well. Sean Langdon knotted up right there with 2 also. Nathan Ray, Trey Mitz, Stefan Rossman, and Michael Taylor all going to victory lane this season as well, all with 1 race win apiece. So hats off and tip of the cap to each one of the drivers able to get to victory lane, because it was a hard fought battle week in, week out when these drivers unloaded these Lotus machines. As Bruning continuing to try to track down Hamby at the front. It just looks like he's missing a little bit of pace as they head up the hill and through the corkscrews once again. Back into turn number 10. Field going to make their way around the track. We'll have just 22 laps to go as we cross the line, this time down through turn number 11. Johnny Hamby still has the race lead. Big gap starting to develop from there on back. And oh, trouble on the track. Christopher Hamlink has trouble. Christopher Hamlink goes around. Let's check the replay high above the track. There you can see Austin Dabbs with a little bit of a moment in front of him. I believe that is that number 2. Yeah, trying to avoid him, and off of the track and around it goes. Under braking, the 82 going to have a self-spin. Bill Smitham in the 55 going to make his way by. Smitham now going to move into the top 5 as Kim Quick also trouble here tonight. We'll take a look and see what happened high above the track with the turn 3 drone cam. What happened with Quick? Car just over-rotating there in the center of the corner. And Quick going to give up a little bit of time here. He's going to fall off of the lead laps of a tough break here tonight for Quick, and it looks like he's going to head to pit lane. Heading to pit lane early here is Quick. Is he looking for an undercut? We'll have to wait and let this thing play out. We'll have to see how all the cards fall at the end of tonight's race. But Johnny Hamby trying all he can to give himself some sort of shot and walking away with the championship. And oh, we've got trouble in paradise, battling side by side here on lap number 14. Race lead is hotly contested. Hamby trying to fend off Bruning as that 61 creeped right up into the mix, and now he's all over the gearbox of that 15. Speaking of gearboxes, let's go back. Take a look at Bruning. Cue the jaw music. Oh, look at that. Deep into the corner goes Bruning. He's going to give up a little bit of time on corner exit there, but making Hamby think about where's he going to go, where's he going to be, how deep is he going to drive it into the corner. A little bit of a bobble on the curbs there for Bruning behind him. What a launch right there. You could see how Hamby just fired onto the throttle, took off, and left him behind. So that was a great exit of turn number 11, and that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to give yourself some sort of shot at a gap, and now Bruning beginning to struggle with some of the dirty air back in traffic. Dirty air, big time trouble here for Bruning. We'll jump back off the corner and back onto the track. What do you say we go? Do we got one, guys? Gonna go high above the track, and whoa, looks like we're behind the track somewhere. There we go. Taking a look now at Michael Milford Jr. Quiet night here for the biggest mover of tonight's race, up 3 positions from where he qualified. Rolled off of the starting grid. Back in that 9th position, making up a handful of spots now inside of his Copenhagen number 90, Michael Milford Jr. Had a good race going on last week. Another good race right before that. The final 3 races really all in total here. Milford Jr. has had quite a bit of a run at it. Looking to finish things off on a high note here in season number 1 and coming to season number 2 with a little bit of momentum on his side. Milford Jr. sits in 6th. Meanwhile, front of the field, battle still rages on. Johnny Hamby going to turn in his fastest lap of the race last time around, and Bruning going to match it and go even faster still. New fast time of the race for Marcellus Bruning, but it looks like we've just about got there for Hamby. We're trying to do the math on the fly. You know, Dave can math, but when I gotta really do it, yeah. We'll just stop. We gotta stop. Past the halfway point here tonight already. Johnny Hamby will put the bonus point in his back pocket. He's only got one more thing to do, and that's cross the line. First for the checkered flag, but the big trouble of it all is the man sitting right behind him. We've talked about it all night long. Marcellus Bruning right here has got to have trouble. He has got to have issues, and he has got to fall all the way out of, I believe it is the top 9 positions. He's running in the 2nd spot now. If he drops all the way to 9th, I don't believe he will score a championship point. And Hamby would walk at it here with a 1-point advantage in the season championship. Could you imagine? Can you imagine going into, we're going to use the Yankees and the Dodgers, for example. Could you imagine being in the World Series, game number 7, through 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, 2 strikes, and you gotta hit a home run. You gotta to win. I mean, no matter how you want to chop it up and look at it, a lot of pressure on this 15 team to show up in Salinas, unload fast, continue to be fast through happy hour and qualifying, as well as in race trim. That is a big feat to have the car set up just right to not transition the wrong way as the lap counts get higher and higher. And Hamby doing exactly what was asked of him and all that he can do from behind the cockpit. He's actually now begun to open up that advantage at the front. Race lead now 1.6 seconds. That's the biggest gap he's had all race long. But again, the problem lies right here inside the Miller Genuine Draft number 142 of Darrell Weininger. That's where the trouble lies. He's 28 seconds behind Bruning. And things are going to change a little bit as the 61 going to bring that Dorsal Blonde Bullet machine down pit road. Bruning going to hit the pit road for his only pit stop of the evening, looking for a little bit of an undercut. Question is now, how long does Hamby stay out? Watching third place runner inside of that high life. Number 42, Weininger sits in third. Will he make the leap right here into second? As already leaving pit road, getting up to speed, back out onto the track. There you can see Marcellus Bruning beginning to make his way out of the pit lane, and Bruning will keep the second position. Bruning able to keep that second position away from Weininger, and this is the problem has just compounded itself. Bruning able to stay in second. Weininger still going to have to make his stop. Bill Smitham back and forth, and Milford Jr. running in fifth, rounding out your top 5. All 3 of those drivers yet to hit pit lane, so Bruning going to give himself a big time advantage over the rest of this field, as the pit road delta looks to be just about 47 to 51 seconds, depending on how aggressive you get on that pit road access lane, as well as off of pit road and back up to speed. Now, Bruning doing a great job, only stationary in his pit box for 7.5 seconds. That's a great 4-tire change for these Lotus 79 crew members. 47.5 pit road delta. How quick can Hamby and Milford get the job done? Bill Smitham on to pit lane with Milford Jr. So they're going to have a race on and off of pit road as we continue to watch the 42. But back at the front, nice and easy here tonight. Loving what he sees as we're going to go high above the driver's head here. Get a little look around the track with your race leader. Does he stay out? Yes, he's going to stay out at least one more lap. And Hamby will cross the line and give us just 14 laps remaining here in tonight's California Grand Prix. Riding with late race leader Johnny Hamby late into the run. They have been out for over 20 laps to start tonight's California Grand Prix right here from WeatherTech Raceway, better known as Laguna Seca. Most people know it as Laguna Seca. You say WeatherTech Raceway, and some people look at you with a little bit of a funny face, get that little WWE Rock eyebrow going on, you know what I mean? Like, huh? But you say Laguna Seca, everybody has heard of Laguna Seca and this famous corkscrew right there. Very technical, very tough part of this track. A lot of on-throttle time here as well. So I tell you what, as race leader Hamby going to hit pit lane, we're going to head back here Let's hear how much Bruning is on the throttle through the course of this 2.23 mile 11 corner track. Even through the center of the corkscrew, he jumps on the gas just a little bit, now up through the gears. I believe that's going to be fourth, back down to third. All the gas still. Heavy braking zone, back to the final left-hand hairpin, turn number 11. Now all the gas in the throttle, up through the gears. Crest the hill over here, turn number 1. Nice slight little bend to the left into the quick hairpin double apex left-hander right here. Turn number 2. Gonna bend the corner for turn number 3. Carry it out on the curbing. Great exit of turn number 3 there. Clip the inside curbing for turns 4. And wow, almost flawless through this section of the track. Absolutely great driving here by Bruning. Can he somehow gain some time? Looking at and judging by the timing and scoring, the answer to that question is going to be a definitive no. In his pit box for less than, for more than a second and a half. Pit crew phenomenal here for Johnny Hamby. They know what is on the line. A 6-second stop for Johnny Hamby. That's going to be the fastest pit stop of the night and the fastest on and off pit road timing as well. The pit road delta's time for Hamby, a 45.43. That is going to beat Marcellus Bruning by over 2.3 seconds on and off pit road. Absolutely amazing. Gaps between your race leader, Johnny Hamby, right here, the man front and center on screen, showing the way around this 2.23 mile track. Johnny Hamby gonna enjoy himself an almost 6-second advantage back down the hill and through the corners into turn number 10 we head, and another lap gonna get knocked off of the board, and one more lap into crowning a race winner and a season champion here in season number 1 for the Retro Kart League. Hamby shows the way by 6 seconds. Marcellus Bruning sits right there in second. Darrell Weininger going to peel off of the track and head to pit road this time around, so Weininger possibly going to fall out of a podium position. Bill Smitham running very well here tonight. Let's go back, let's go in, let's check on the man inside of this 55 machine. Smitham runs in fourth with Austin Dabbs hot on the trail. Dabbs hot on the trail of that 55 of Bill Smitham. Michael Milfit just 1.2 seconds back from there. I tell you what, let's go back. Let's see where Hamlink is. The 82 had an early spin here tonight. And there you can see that 3M Scotch target 82 of Christopher Hamlink, able to recover, fell back to the 9th position, now running in 7th, and has himself quite a bit of an advantage over Chris Brown. But the big problem here for Hamlink is, well, he is now off of the lead lap. Johnny Hamby has put him 1 lap down with only 10 laps to go. I don't believe Hamlink is going to be able to get one of those laps back, but he's going to try to close in on Milfit Jr. Just about 20 seconds separate those two drivers for position on the racetrack. But Hamlink securing that 3rd place finish in the overall Drivers' Championship here in season number 1. Nobody can dethrone that one. Austin Dabbs, he's trying to find a way to a top 5 spot And with a few drivers missing tonight's race, he's going to pick up at least 2 positions, possibly even a third, and move himself solidly into the top 5 at the end of the championship standings. We'll have to wait to see how it goes, but to this man right here, Marcellus Bruning, it is all but in the bag. He's got to go around the track 9 more times. Just over 20 miles of racing here in season number 1 for this Retro Kart League driver. Bruning looking to hoist the trophy and become the first Retro Kart League season champion. Let's take a look at some suspension parts for all you gearheads. How about we take a look at the right front? Look at that air cooling duct right there. Collecting air, blowing it right onto the brake rotor and calipers, trying to keep the temperatures within the ideal heat zone. Making it look easy out there tonight. Marcellus Bruning with over a 40-second advantage over Darrell Weininger, who's been able to keep that third and final spot on the podium away from Bill Smitham. Smitham going to be 8.6 seconds back from him, with Michael Milfit rounding out your top 5. And a broken number 2, the Copenhagen machine has had some trouble. Let's go to the blimp cam high above the track here with the turn 3 drone. Let's see what the trouble was. There you can see Austin Dabbs, a little bit of a stutter moment for him. He's going to go around it. Oh, rear tire just clipped a little, and that's all it took. That's all she wrote. Left rear broken. Dabbs gonna have to head to pit road. The 90 of Michael Milfit Jr. on to pit road as well. So 2 drivers paying the price late in tonight's California Grand Prix. We'll jump back live with your race leader once again. There's Johnny Hamby making his way around that 37 of Chris Brown. Brown gonna fall now a 3rd lap down, but can he pick up another 2 positions? With late race trouble for Austin Dabbs, it does indeed look like Bill Smitham will secure the 4th position in the overall championship standings. It's now all down to a matter of how many points can Austin Dabbs pick up. Can he pick up enough to move himself into that final 5th position, that final spot inside your top 5? Close points battle between drivers sitting 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th coming into tonight's race. It's gonna come down to the wire. Dabbs he's got to get that thing fixed. He's got to get back out on track. He's got to find a way. The man doing all he can to find a way, not just to victory lane, but also to a spot in the history books here with the Retro Kart League. Johnny Hamby looking to go for 2 in a row. 3 race winning performances on the season. If he can cap it off here tonight, but Bruning just too good. Marcellus Bruning, although he's been 5-6 seconds back after the round of green flag pit stops, Bruning gaining time, now just 4 seconds back. But he's going to score way more points than what he needs to here tonight. Came into tonight's race just looking for 1. Just 1 point was all he was going to need to ensure that he walked away with the season hardware. But for any of you that know Mark, you know he's a racer's racer. And he's going to get out there and do everything he can to not just walk away with the championship, but to walk away with a race win. Speed just not there tonight inside of that 61 Blonde Bullet Duracell machine for Bruning. But for the creator of the Blonde Bullet comic book, Bruning gonna look to secure his Season 1 championship. That's right, you heard it right. The Blonde Bullet racing comic book right there on Amazon.com, created by the Retro Kart League's very own Marcellus Bruning. Great little racing comic. You can find it over there on Amazon.com. I suggest you go check it out, look it out, help a fellow iRacer, support your fellow man. And I mean, how cool is it to have a racing comic book out there? I mean, really, think about it. When have you heard of a true racing comic book? Well, Bruning's got it. He's got the job done. And Retro Kart League has got some of those 2023 calendars still available. If you're looking for one of those, head on over to the Retro Kart League on Facebook.com. You can find the link over there to the calendars. You can also find a link to the website. Get them while they're hot, while supplies last. We're running out as we speak, and drivers running out of time. Hamby watching all the hard work go for naught here tonight in the California Grand Prix. 4 laps remaining. Hamby leads by 4.5. Bruning over a 45-second advantage. Bill Smitham sitting back in fourth, sitting 9 seconds back from him, almost a full solid minute behind Johnny Hamby. And that's the pace that he's had. Almost putting all the way up to third place, 1 lap down. I mean, absolutely lightning fast here tonight. We're going to look around the track at the timing and scoring, see if we can't find anything, see if we can't see anything going down here tonight. Looks like a handful of drivers still out there on the track as we go high above, get a great overhead camera shot there. We can see all of the drivers going by. There's Bill Smitham in that blue 55 machine coming up through the first portions of the track. Gonna head through turn number 4 and down to turn number 5. We'll jump back trackside with race leader Johnny Hamby, maxing points here tonight from Laguna Seca. Good at WeatherTech Raceway, but not going to be good enough. He needed some help from his fellow competitors. He needed Bruning to have issues, and it's been all but that for Bruning here tonight. He's been essentially flawless. The second in happy hour timing and scoring. Qualified second, has a run second all race long. So unloading and championship winning performance was the 15, but the 61 said not so fast. We got a rocket too. And he's proved it all night long here. 5.2 second advantage as we cross the line with just 3 to go. Around the track here in Salinas, California. Great racing facility. If you haven't had a chance to come check out Laguna Seca, hit up that Google button. You know where to find it. You know you use it. Check them on out. Go check out the website. Schedule yourself a track visit. Hit up a race while you're there. I mean, why not watch some great racing action right here at this beautiful road course in sunny California? Less than 5 miles remain in season number 1. Little bit of a misstep there for Hamby at the front. He'll crest the hill and begin to work his way through the corkscrew. A little sideways on the braking there for Hamby, and I think it's all about just asserting himself at this point in time. I think the crew chiefs have already been on the radio, and Hamby is just going to go after it now. Hamby just going after it, trying to get the fastest lap of the race point as well. And just like that, crossing the line for the final time here in season number 1, white flag flies. The final lap. Less than 2 miles remaining for this 15 of Johnny Hamby to secure his 3rd race win of the season. Can he be the only driver in that category to walk away with a triple crown in the race win columns? Hamby sits in first, Marcellus Bruning running in second, 4.8 seconds behind. Let's take a look at the Duracell Blonde Bullet number 61, because he will secure the season championship. He's just got to get back to the line. Bruning 6th and second, but will win the season number 1 championship. And how about Daryl Weininger right here in that Miller High Life number 42? Crossing the line, he'll begin his final lap of the night as Johnny Hamby works his way through the corners. There is turn number 10 into the final corner. Turn number 11 now behind him, coming to the start-finish line. Checkered flag flies at Laguna Seca, and Hamby walks away with the race win. Johnny Hamby walks away with the Grand Slam here tonight. Gonna max point this thing out, but it's not gonna be enough. Johnny Hamby gonna fall just a handful of points short. He's gonna make up a ton of ground, but I believe it's gonna be about 6 points differential by the time it's all calculated. The man that walked away second here tonight, Marcellus Bruning, going to get to celebrate a championship race winning performance here tonight. So we're going to have 2 celebrations on the front stretch for all the fans in the stands. Sold out, packed house here at WeatherTech Raceway to watch tonight's championship race unfold. Whew. Man, what a night. Man, what a race. Absolutely phenomenal performance from this man right here, walking away with the race win. Johnny Hamby going to enjoy a 3rd win on the season. Job well done to him and his entire crew. Great run all season long, as he begins to try to give the fans a little bit of a smoke show, and that's not the way you want to do it. You can't bark there, almost into the pace car. He's going to continue to have a little bit of fun and head down pit lane. Great run, great race, great night here tonight for Johnny Hamby. He's going to walk away with the race win, and it looks like drivers are already going to head into the paddock and into all the post-race weigh-ins and way outs, things of that nature. And we're going to step away from the track, get things set up and ready to go for some post-race interviews. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Back high above the track here at the conclusion of tonight's season finale here in season number 1 for the Retro Kart League. And what a race it was. Johnny Hamby walking away with a race win. But this man right here on screen walks away with the season championship. Let's see if we can catch in and have a few words with the man that gets to hoist the big trophy, the granddaddy of them all. Now gonna claim the fame of season number 1 champion, Marcellus Bruning. How you feeling after a great race and a great season?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, it's been a great season. The first half of the season was better for me than the second half. I think Johnny Hamby has been progressing into being one of the absolute fastest drivers in this group. I mean, the last three races is proof of that. I today had nothing for him. I drove the wheels off this car. It sounds silly maybe if you didn't win to say that this was one of the best races ever in this car for me. I mean, I tried everything and I couldn't catch him. I was close, but I couldn't catch him.
Yeah, we seen there just a little bit before the pit stop began, or before you grabbed your pit stop. You moved into the tail end, and then you dropped back a little bit. It looks like you began to struggle with some grip after you got a good little few runs on him and was unable to complete a pass. It looked like some of the dirty air may have affected the tire wear, and was that what was going on? And is that what dictated when you came to pit road?
Yeah, he made a slight mistake, and I caught up with him, put my nose pretty close under him. But I was a little worried about the corkscrew. I noticed before that I would always gain a little bit under braking in the corkscrew. And when I was so close behind him, I did not want to take him out by braking later than him and punting him in the back. So I was a little bit too careful there. And then I really just I overshot a few turns a little bit. I power slid out of the last turn a couple times, and I think I overheated my rear tires, which is why I decided to just go ahead and pit and see if I can get a new set and do better.
Well, I don't want to say you didn't do better, but you didn't improve your position. You were able to keep that second spot with a great pit stop and a great on and off pit road overall pit delta speed. Just unable to really close in on Hamby at the end of tonight's race. But the most important thing that was probably on the mind of your fans and your crew chief, as well as yourself all race long, was just keep this thing on the track, bring it home, and we should be able to walk home with the season championship. So being able to manage that all season long, Mark, congratulations on a great year, a great run. Season number 2 right around the corner. You want to let some of the fans know what the plans are for you in this 61 as we enter season number 2?
Well, I'm just planning on being there every race like I've done in season one. I hope to be consistent like I've done in this first season. I know the competition with Johnny and hopefully Sean, if he comes back, is going to be pretty stiff. I think we have a new face in Daryl. I think he's doing pretty good as well. He qualified really strong, and I think in the race he dropped back due to maybe a couple of mistakes, but he looks like he can be up there as well. So I think the battle's going to heat up in season 2, and I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoyed driving this car. I've set it up in a way that it's kind of a wink to the yesteryear of kart series, and we're going to do mostly the same tracks. We're going to change one. Michigan is going to be replaced by Pocono, and we're hoping for some really close racing on the ovals like we did this first season as well. So we hope to see everybody back there. I want to thank everybody for coming out as much as they did. Maybe we can get the head count a little bit bigger, but we're working on it.
Well, Mark, uh, a great season, a great opening season for the Retro Kart League. We're proud to be back with you for season number 2. So you heard it all, fans. You know where to go. You know where to watch right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Season number 2 coming at you here in just a few short weeks. And for the final time here in season 1, but not the final time here this year, Mark, congratulations on your season championship. Congratulations on yet another podium performance. And for the final time in season number 1, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at your shop?
Well, obviously, I want to thank you for the coverage of this first season. I think you're doing a tremendous job. I'm glad we have you back on board for season number 2. I want to thank my crew and my fans and my friends, Danny and Bert. I think they've watched a couple of these broadcasts, so thank you for that. Thanks everybody for coming out, and once again, I've had a great time. I hope you all did too.
It's been an absolute pleasure for us here at the booth all season long. Mark and my good buddy, we hope to see you in these post-race interviews in season number 2. I'm sure we will. But until then, enjoy this season championship. And you tell Danny and Bert that if they come hang around, man, say something out there. I'll give them a little shout out as well. Good to see those guys around the track whenever they can. But again, Mark, congratulations on the season championship, and we'll look to catch up with you here in a few short weeks.
Thank you very much, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from your season 1 champion, walking away with second place here tonight inside of that Mobil 1 Duracell Blonde Bullet. Goodyear Eye Splash sponsored 61 machine. Marcellus Bruning grabs the championship. What a night here from Laguna Seca for the California Grand Prix. And we're going to get ready for season number 2 to fire off here in just, I believe we don't have the calendar in front of us, but I do believe we're going to be back in action in just 2 short weeks. So mark it on your calendar. You don't want to miss the season opener. And you can already hear producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds. You know the familiar tunes. You know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with max points here at the California Grand Prix. Walking away with the top spot, checkered flag in hand. The 15 of Johnny Hamby finishes in first. Marcellus Bruning walks away in second, capturing the Season 1 championship with newcomer Darrell Weiniger having a great run as well. The 42 will come home in third. 55 of Bill Smitham rounding out his season with a great run. He's going to finish in fourth as the final driver. 1 lap down, Christopher Hamlink, early trouble, recovering well. The 82 finishes in fifth. Chris Brown, 3 laps down, going to finish in 6th with Austin Dabbs back in 7th. Michael Milford Jr. trouble early here tonight. Milford Jr. finishes at 8th. Kim Quick, final driver to make it to the starting grid, walks away in 9th. Walker, Zercut, and Bailey finish out this 12-car field. All 3 had issues and unable to make the start after a solid qualifying effort. So tough break to those 3 drivers. And a tough break for the fans. Now you got to find something to do for a handful of weeks on Friday night. But man, what a season, what a run. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So from Season 1 into Season 2, we're going to cut off the lights and roll up the cords for the final time. Until next time, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and we'll meet you in Turn 3.